Yo, what is going on, everyone? It's GentooMan here, also known as Rainy, and today's story time is definitely something, so let's hop right into it. So story time takes place the same night as the last one did. It was on St. Patrick's Day. Me and my girlfriend and some of her friends, we were all going, bar and club hopping, just, because that seemed like a good idea. And we had just gotten out of this, arcade style place. It was like a bar, but they had a ton of, arcade machines and stuff like that. I got a little bit more detail on that on the last video. But, we were moving on to our next destination. It was a place we had been to before, but this one was definitely more of, a nightclub. I mean, so to speak. It's, kind of two things. It has a top floor that's, a restaurant, but, you can't really get in there that much at night because it's pretty packed and it's a pretty small restaurant. Then the downstairs floor is the nightclub, and yeah, that's where we were headed. But this was a pretty popular destination this night, so we had to stand out in line, and it was pretty cold outside, so, I gave my girlfriend my sweater because I wanted to be a nice boyfriend. But then this other girl we were with who, it was actually, we were kind of celebrating her birthday, and, her boyfriend was there with us. But she was, she had her, shoulders and arms out and stuff, and she looked pretty cold, but her boyfriend was not giving her anything. And so I offered to give her, this, button-up shirt that I had left undone over my T-shirt to keep her warm. She thanked me, but she said, no, she'd be fine. I'm not trying to steal anyone's girl or anything here. I just didn't want her to be cold. We're standing in this line for a while, and we're not sure if we're even in the right line. So we're like, hold on, we'll go ask the bouncer. So me, my girlfriend, and my girlfriend's best friend, we all go up to the bouncer, and, my girlfriend, she's an outgoing person, but, also not. It's kind of complicated. So she's the one who asks the bouncer. She's like, hey, are we in the right line for, the club downstairs? And he says, yeah, this is the line, but you two can go in because you're pretty, and you can take him with you. And they point to me, and I'm like, sick. And my girlfriend and her best friend kind of look at each other, and in we go. Now, that's something that I've always thought about. Yeah, there's, the guys who think your girlfriend's pretty who, try and steal your girlfriend. Obviously, don't let that happen. But sometimes you reap the benefits of your girlfriend's pretty privileges. And that's nice. This instance was nice. So, we get in basically right away. Everyone gets in a little bit later after us. And we all get a table. And I'd been to this place before. I'd been to the restaurant. And if any of you know me, which I know none of you probably do know me in real life, when I go out to clubs and stuff, I'm a fiend, but not for drinks. I couldn't care less about drinks for the most part. I just want the food. I'm always after the food menu. I want to see what food they're serving because I'm always hungry. And like I said, I had been to this place before, so I knew what they had on the food menu. I knew what I was after. They had this spicy pizza that's actually one of the best things I've ever eaten. It's $40, which is insane for a pizza, but it's wild and it's really good. So I wanted to get that, and my girlfriend's best friend's kind of the same way. She's a food over drinks kind of person. So we went half and half on the pizza, and we ordered one for our table. Now, my girlfriend's best friend also wanted, a drink. She wanted to do a shot. My girlfriend wanted one as well. So my girlfriend's best friend's like, hey, I'll go get them. But this was a really crowded place, right? This club was very crowded. There was multiple bar counters. And so she went over to one, and it was very crowded. She was trying to get her way through the crowd. But she ended up just coming back to the table and was telling us that some guys over by the bar were being kind of creepy. So she just came back to the table. And so I told her, you know what, that's shitty. You shouldn't have to deal with that. You guys just stay here at the table, wait for the pizza, and I'll go get you guys' drinks. What do you want? And they told me what they wanted. So I went over to the other bar, the other bar top, to get their drinks over there. Let me tell you guys, this place was packed. There was multiple rows of people standing in front of each bar top. None of them were shorter than the other. I just happened to go to this one. I was trying to push through people, make my way to the front after people got their drinks. And, people were doing anything. People were being loud and such and being hey, I'll give you a good tip. People were saying stuff out loud just to get a drink. It was madness. And eventually this one girl, she's to my right, a couple people over. I guess she just had enough of waiting. So she waits till the bartender's eyes are on her for even a second. And she's just wearing this black dress, right? And she just whips her tits out. no hesitation, nothing, just looks him dead in the face, pulls them out for everyone to see, especially the bartender, and that was not an accident. And surprise, surprise, the bartender immediately goes over to guess who next to serve her a drink. Yep, this girl. That was her approach to getting her drink first, and apparently it worked. But lucky me, the bartender came to me after, so I don't know why he was all over the place, just selecting random people. Maybe I have a kind face. Maybe he wanted to serve me. Who knows? So after a long, painstaking process, I finally get these 2 shots for my girlfriend and her best friend. I don't even get anything for me. And then, I take them back to the table, give them to him. The pizza shows up shortly after. I fucked that shit up because that was a good-ass pizza. And then, after a bit, we went dancing. And now this nightclub, for whatever reason, also has a bowling alley in it. Like, that seems like kind of unsafe and stupid for a nightclub where a lot of people are drinking, but it's there. And the reason I bring that up is because, we didn't do any bowling or anything. It's just, I saw, there was a couple of guys playing bowling and stuff. And this girl from the bar, she was just back at it immediately. Because I saw these guys playing bowling, and I guess she wanted a turn. This guy was holding a ball, and he went up to the guy, pulled that skirt up a little bit, showed the guy her ass, and she was golden. The guy just handed her the ball right there, and she got to throw, I think 3 or 4 balls, and she got to play bowling, because, I don't know, maybe it was too expensive, and that's how she wanted to get in for free. I don't know. I don't really have an explanation, guys. I'm just kind of telling you what I saw. And, after dancing for a little bit, that sort of marked the end of our stay at this particular nightclub. We'd enjoyed our pizza. We'd had a couple of drinks. We danced a little bit. We weren't really feeling the music at this place. So we decided to move on and go to our next destination. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up this story time. Moral of the story is, I don't know, flashing your tits or your ass gets you what you want, or maybe you can just have a kind face like me, and you can get served immediately after the person who flashed. I don't know. I don't know what the moral of the story is, guys. There's no moral of the story. The story is, it happened. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this story. I hope you liked it. Leave a like if you did, and subscribe if you're new. You all know the drill at this point, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Later.